I know that it's a taniwha. I know that it is buried in our whenua here. I know that it has disrupted our whakapapa. I have also inherited some of those, some of those illnesses as well, likewise with my two daughters and likewise with my mokopuna. Poison is poison, and it does not matter how small or how big that poison is, it is still poison.
Ko marama ko ke te mahine a Joe Harawira e kawe tonu nei I te pakanga rua a tōna pāpā mō nā taumaha e whawhai ana I nāma te paihana PCP. Mai nā kōrero o tana rātaka, he tuhinga whakapai e whakaatu ana I tana pakanga mō tētahi haipapa mō tēnei take.
So he was a verbatim writer, so all of his diaries, what he thought, it just spilled out across the pages. Lots of frustration at the authorities, frustration at the medical fraternity, frustration at academics, frustration at scientists, frustration just amongst our own whānau.
He kōrero e muhi o whānui hiana e etahi atu whānau I roto I te hitori o ngā whānau ahumahi mira rākau.
He worked on the green chain pulling the wet timber, but he also worked as a chemical mixer. He used to get dizzy a lot, have blackouts. He fell off his little scooter motorbike riding home from work one day because he blacked out.
Hoi anō nā te keri te whenua hei hanga I tētahi teihana pēnehi ni hau, hei ki te hitori he whenua I nehua te paihana, kua whakaarahi anō nā mamai o mua.
What we've seen in over recent years coming from Wellington is a narrowing of the scope of what can be publicly notified. And it's a part of an attempt, I think, from Wellington to take away local voice, take away community voice and take away environmental protection.
The science is quite clear about that. The Agent Orange is a similar chemical as PCP, it's not the same. It's water soluble and will wash away eventually, but the dioxin isn't. Binds itself to soil particles and stays there virtually forever. The problem is it will come out in streams and get into food chains, it will go in dust and we breathe it in, and then it's also passed down through the generations.
Hei tā Gordon Jackman, kua tae mai te wā ki te whakatika I te he, kua tae mai te wā me aroa ACC ki e nei mate.
We did think that there were human rights implications for the long struggle for justice.
This is going to cost billions of dollars to rectify, and no government wants to be part of that compensation, that rectification.
Each of those cases are multifaceted, and each one is taken on a case-by-case basis.
People should never go to work to be poisoned. There should be a national review on this. There needs to be a compensation, and the fact that the minister's saying that it's too complex to address is a cop-out.
There's a number of human rights breaches that have been noted in the report. There needs to be some accountability, and that's what we're hoping to help reinvigor the conversation towards how justice is arrived at in this very complex situation.
Aha koa te mea nā māngai o swap ko ohere rātau I tēnei whakaaetanga. Ka re tonu I te mōhiotia etahi o nā wāhi tori te kaumā ono e ki ana I whakamahia hei tuku para paitini.
It's an ongoing problem and it's a bit of a dirty secret because the regulatory authorities know about it, but I think a lot of people coming into our district might not even know about these contaminated sites.
But what I would say is that the safety gears was for the nature of the job, not for the nature of the chemical. So, yeah, I mean, the men were continuously exposed all day, every day. We weren't teed up to go to university, you know, we were teed up to be the labour force.
He aha te oranga nākau, mēnā rā he oranga nākau, ka taia e nā whānau, kua pānia e te paitini PCP, te whiwhi mai nā kitenga o te pūrongo mō nā tikanga tangata.
Of course, Te Tiriti o Waitangi is in play in terms of the obligations, both the tangata whenua and their land. And so from here, we're hoping that it will reinvigorate, I guess, some of the calls for justice around this kaupapa, because it is complex, but someone somewhere in terms of decision making and responsibility needs to have the courage to pick this up and to really listen to these cries for justice.